So the way I learned to code, it's not exactly conventional. There are more people than you would think that started to code on the phone. I believe in doing whatever you have to do to achieve whatever you want to achieve. My name is Temitope Ilesanmi. I live in Ibadan, in Nigeria. So after secondary school, I went to this computer school. There were a bunch of students there that were learning website design and development, but I was not really allowed to participate or join in their classes because that was not the course I paid for. I had to ask some of the students and learn secondhand from them what they were learning about. I did not have access to a laptop or a desktop computer. But yes, I found it so interesting that I would go through the stress of teaching myself to code on the phone. These are phones that don't have a button for a letter. So you want to type L, you have to press 5 3 times, JKL. If I had other options, I would use them, but that was the only option I had. I think it's human instinct, really, to when you want something, when you really want something, you would do whatever you need to do. I signed up on several freelancing platforms, including Upwork and Fiverr. Even when I do get a great paying gig, I would have to keep searching for the next gig. I found crossover on LinkedIn. I took the assessment. I don't believe myself to be a genius, but I've always found logical problems easier to handle. When I started out at Upland, my pay was a little over 4 times of what I made in my previous role. I would say my current pay is still more than double what any mid-level front-end engineer would earn in Nigeria. So I work on the UX team to build this component library that will be consumed across all of the other products. On some days, you feel like a god. You just created something from scratch and it works perfectly. And on some days, you feel like the dumbest person on the planet. You just can't get this little button to position properly. I think that for all of these other companies that discriminate based on the country where you are based, if you are going to be working remotely, I think it's really unfair to judge based on where you are from or where you are based. I never got that feeling from crossover throughout any of the interview stages. It was never a concern what country you were from. It feels like I've come a long way from writing code down on paper to now working remotely for a US company. I'm Temitope Ilesanmi. I started learning to code without having a computer, and now I'm getting a master's degree, all thanks to crossover.